It is a reality that many of you are at work all day. You are packing lunches, you are attending school meetings, you are paying bills, and then you think, let me just try this property thing. And before you know it, boom, like how we say it at the TJ tribe, you have bought the wrong deal, trusted the wrong tenant into to staying into that property, and you let your fear freeze your future because now this has become a bad deal and you can't go forward. I've been seeing too many parents, particularly in their late 30s and their late 40s. And here at the TJ tribe, I looked at all of these things. I'm like, what's really holding these guys? And I realized there's run about 3 mistakes that actually hold back a lot of these parents. And today I'm going to try. This is mistakes that they are jumping into real estate, and now they're scared. So what are those 3 mistakes that we as parents are sort of like scared of, and we it's holding us back from trying to do property investments? My good friends, welcome. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is TJ, your host, and I'm a former banker and founder here at the TJ Tribe. And I do business with a focus in student accommodation, flips, which is buy and sell, and coaching, with the hope that all of us, as young, upcoming modern parents, we can be able to have passive income from real estate. Welcome to the channel. Today, I am going to be able to show you on how to avoid these 3 mistakes. I might just give you a bonus right at the end. But many of you would know I just didn't become clever like this. I've been learning for the last 10 to 15 years from great men. Some of those people are the likes of Robert Kiyosaki. I paid my own US dollars and rands to attend school with Robert Kiyosaki. Another great teacher of mine is John Maxwell. I'm always learning. I've been recently accredited to teach on some of his stuff that he's got. And also not forgetting our own bigger brother who's called Dave Ramsey. So my good friends, let's go. Today I'm going to give you a whole lot of information that I think, it's a Saturday, right? So it's a masterclass. And within this masterclass, I aim to give you the real McCoy of how you can do these things. But particularly today, we're going to be talking about how you can avoid some of these things. So you'll hear me asking myself questions because these are some of the other questions that you, my good friends, have been asking. And I'm going to give you what I call the roadmap to get to unstuck. Potentially you're stuck in this space. But let's ask the question, why parents are so vulnerable in the property game? There is so many things that we can come up to. As this is a masterclass, I want you to have a pen and paper and be writing down some of these things. Just ask yourself the questions. What's holding me back? Why am I so vulnerable in this property game? Maybe you have started, you're on your property number 1. And I want to take you back from when I started also, myself and Jenna, when we started off this thing. How did we now get into the game for us to be able to do more than one property? So the reality of the fact is that if you're an adult, particularly in South Africa, many of us tend to have kids at a young age. You are juggling too much. And this is kids. Your kids are taking up a whole lot of your time. TJ, I've got them already, so what now? If you don't have kids, you already have that time where you're not juggling the kids in terms of drop-off, school, homework, and all of those things. It takes time. Number 2, you're juggling in your career. You have started off, and in your 30s or in your 40s, you're trying to get up the ladder, and you're trying to figure out how best can I be able to make it. And some of you have made what I did. You made the bad decisions around debt. You bought a car, you bought a townhouse here, and all of these things have eaten up, and some of you are now beginning to have what I call bad debt. I was there. I'm talking about what I know. Now, the other thing that we can talk about is that you can see some of your friends that are moving up the ranks. You are here at the tribe. You are seeing other peoples that are going up. And now it starts developing what I call the pressure to do something now. The pressure to do something now. And oftenly it then leads to a hasty decision. You're like thinking, I should do it. So and so got this deal. TJ, I've reached out to TJ. I missed out on this deal. I went through to this property and I put in an offer and the offer didn't come through somebody else. So now you are no longer in your cautiousness. You're just going to be making a hasty decision. I'm just giving you, we haven't even started talking about the three major mistakes. Here, I'm just giving you some tips on what I am seeing that some of you are just going through. And this obviously then makes you to be vulnerable in the game of real estate. My great teacher, one of my greatest teachers, his name is Dave Ramsey. And Dave Ramsey, he says, a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. So what's a budget? Many of us, we don't have. TJ, are we talking about property or are we talking about real estate? We're talking about, well, my good friends, you are here. Even if you're going to have a property, you need to have a property budget. Oh, what is that? Well, whenever you're buying, we are acquiring any asset, you always have to have a runway. When is it going to register? Registration fees, budget fees. When is it likely going to start giving you money? And between now and then, who's going to be looking after it financially, right? And my good friends, that's a budget already. So I'm going to start here. We have just spoken about the intro of the three big mistakes that I am seeing that many people are doing, particularly in the age groups of their 40s and their 30s. And let's go and talk about what is that biggest mistake. Mistake number one that I am seeing, because many of us come from no money, when we first buy our property, we think that our primary house is an investment. Oh, TJ, is it not? Well, let's talk about it. All right. We are here to learn, and I want you guys to also comment in the comments as we go along. Is it an investment? Property, is it an investment? Let's define what's an investment according to the TJ tribe, and according to one of my greatest teachers, who is called Robert Kiyosaki, who has also given me a lot of lessons here from the class into some of his books. I urge you to go and gravitate to some of his books. Some of you, when he comes to South Africa, you go to these events and then that's where it ends. Some of you even buy books there, but that's where it ends. You do not read and apply the books. I read the books. I go through the books again and again. I attend classes. They run classes. I attend those classes. I consume myself in it. So what does he say about your primary residence? Buying a home is good. I do not want to discard that. We come from a position where people of color didn't have ownership into a lot of things. TJ, we're talking about color today. Yes, we are. Because I see how we think. I want to stress this out. How we think is not just based on now. It is based upon a few things. How you was raised, right? Number two, what are you exposed to that makes you to think differently? So obviously, if we're coming from a position of being, I want to call it disadvantaged, and that's the right word, from being disadvantaged, when you now have the means, you're just going to think, this is it, I can do this. So buying a home is great. Your family needs an opportunity to stay in a good place. If you're in some of these rough areas, you need to be staying in a gated neighborhood and protect your family. But calling it an investment, well, that's where the grandfather of real estate, Robert Kiyosaki, says, your house is not an investment, or it's not an asset. Why? Because it takes money from you on a monthly basis. Now, some of you are like, no, TJ, I own a house, and within that house, it's a 3-bed. I only stay in the 1 bed and I Airbnb the 2. Woo! Okay. Now, that's no longer a liability, right? That's now an asset because it's paying you money, right? So many parents, they kind of like tie up their all or their only capital in a house that they live in. I'm going to come back to you right at the end and we'll talk about how best we can fix that. It is fixable. Mistake number 2 that I am seeing, and I'm saying this from all, some of the guys that I coach, and I see this from, obviously, from many of my teachers that I've been learning from, and I want to share with you, my good friends, mistake number 2. And mistake number 2, I think I was also in that space for a long time. And that mistake is waiting for the perfect time. Waiting for the perfect time. Time waits for nobody. I think there is a quote. I don't know who it is. We're going to find it. Time waits for no man, right? Now, parents keep on waiting because your life is busy anyway, and you actually don't realize that you are in the waiting pan. Well, we'll do this when the kids get older. I'll do this when I have gotten a promotion because the budget is not budgeting. I'll do this when I've saved more. But time doesn't wait. It's ticking. Every freaking day is ticking. And my good friends, time waits for nobody. John Maxwell, who's one of my teachers, together with the Maxwell team, I've been immersed with their teachings over the last, from round about mid-COVID up until now. I've been immersed with them. I am continuously learning. My great teacher, John Maxwell, says that growth is the only guarantee that tomorrow is going to get better. That's what he says. And for some of you, wherever you are right now, your tomorrow doesn't even have a guarantee because you're in the same positions, doing the same things, but you're looking for a different outcome. The longer you wait, my good friends, the more expensive property becomes. Somebody says to me, actually it wasn't someone, I was looking for a couple of proverbs in terms of what can I do, and I read up I think it's a Japanese proverb. It says if you jump onto a wrong train, the longer you stay on that train, the more expensive it becomes for you to get to your destination. That's very simple. That's what Joe Maxwell is saying here. So imagine if you jump onto the whole train. You are at Johannesburg, central Johannesburg. You jump onto the train and you are wanting to get to the airport. Boom, you miss the Sandton connection and you are now in Pretoria, Pomporisspruit in Pretoria, wherever it is. So if you're to just jump off at, what's the next station after Sandton? I think it's Centurion. So if you jump off at Centurion, it's going to cost you a little bit less. So you're coming back and then bingo, you go to Sandton. But if you go all the way to Pretoria and so on, that's what it's saying here. So my good friends, I want to say to you, the longer you wait, the more expensive it's just going to become for you. Now, you do not need to be perfect. There are no perfect conditions. All you need is 3 things that I have learned so far. Because I'm a man of faith, and I'm always saying this, and because I am continuously also learning within my faith. Number 1, you need faith. Number 2, you need wisdom. Number 3, you need a plan. Number 4, you need to execute the plan. So whilst you are believing that it's going to happen, be intelligent in doing it. Have a plan and do it. Right? Oh, what is it, TJ? Anyways, this is mistake number 2, and I'll come back to it and educate you on how we can fix that. So mistake number 3. This is the big one for many stingy guys out there. Many stingy out there. People that are not willing to create jobs. The big one is trying to do it yourself. Right. This is particularly, I'm going to quantify that. This is DIY everything. So you're trying to DIY everything. That's basically it. That's the biggest mistake. TJ, what do you mean? Woo-hoo! I watch all my videos. I am I saw someone with a CV, YouTube University degree. My good friends, here I give you guidance. But for you to really be cool, amazing, it doesn't mean that the information that I'm not giving, it's gold. But once you start getting structured information, once you start to learn correctly with the right people, you are going to be led somewhere, right? So the YouTube University, my good friends, or the YouTube degree, the YouTube University degree, that's what I wanted to say. The YouTube University degree can't replace due diligence, right? Now, why did I bring in the concept of due diligence? Well, you are going out there. The mistake is that you're trying to do it yourself. You're doing everything. You do not use the right professions when you go out there to buy the real estate. You are thinking that you can sell your property by yourself, but there's plenty estate agents that are equipped nicely. So divorce from yourself from this DIY of everything. But I'll come back and give you a proper fix around that. Right now, too many parents, this is what I am saying. Too many parents, they try to do everything themselves. They try to view on their own, to analyze themselves, to do the legal and the management themselves. Ooh, my good friends, you are missing out. It leads to nothing else other than burnout, poor deals, conflict at home. TJ, what do you mean by that? I remember very well back in the days when I was exactly doing everything, right? I didn't have a team and I was indebted with work. There was lots of, my workload was huge. And I remember my wife at one point reprimanding me to say, all you do is just being on your laptop and viewings. And bro, if you continue like this, you may just come back one day and there's nobody here. That's what she says too. Right. Now, you need to strike a balance. How are we going to strike a balance? Before you burn out, before you get into the poor deals, before you have conflict at home with your better one. Now, Dave Ramsey again says you can't win alone, build a team. Did you get that? That's coming from one of the guys who's a guru. Hey, by the way, if you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, just Google Dave Ramsey. You see he's got plenty of books and so on. I've been learning via his books. I haven't attended any of his programs, but definitely with Robert Kiyosaki, I've plugged in. I've attended many of his courses. Together with John Maxwell, I've attended many of his courses, and I paid good money for it. Why? Because this guy here is dumb. This guy here is trying to be a better person. With Dave Ramsey, soon I will be attending those classes. But within his books, I am learning. I am learning and I'm learning and I'm learning. So you can't win alone. I don't know. Even in your workplace, you don't work alone. You've got other team members. So build your team. But TJ, I don't have money to be hiring people. I'll come back and fix that for you. All right. Now, these other bonuses. I've given you 3 here. I did label this as the 3 biggest mistakes. This is what I'm saying. But I want to give you maybe around about 2 other big mistakes that I'm seeing. Right. Faith without works is dead. Right. You can waive that statement there in all of the other mistakes that I've just mentioned. You have been given children, time, a job. Be faithful with those things and multiply them. My good friends, that's our mandate. The biggest mistake that we're doing is we are not utilizing the power of stewardship that we've been given. We are not chasing wealth for the sake of it. It's about legacy. It's about impact. It's about you when you retire. And my good friends, that's exactly what it is. Now, I want to give you a bonus mistake number 4. There's a bonus here. And a lot of us, I was in this space at one point. I am qualified and I don't need to learn more. I got me a good job at the bank and I don't need to learn more. I want to put this disclaimer. Just because you got a good job, it doesn't mean you are equipped for your financial future. Boom. I'm going to write it down there in bold so that you can see it at the bottom. Just because you got a good job, just because you got the highest degree, whatever it is that you're qualified into, it does not equip you for your financial future. Financial freedom is what we're chasing here at the tribe, and there's many skills that you need to be equipping yourselves in. Some of them, yes, we learn them as we go. Some, yes. But if you are not taking your time to zoom in, oh, my good friends, I would say to you that too many parents, they stop growing once they get to their degree. They stop. They stop growing once they have a big title in the workplace. They stop growing once they have a good pay slip. Not so long ago, I've got two clients, very good friends of mine now. The one lady, she's out working for the United Nations in the United Kingdom. Good job and so on. United Nations, they pay well, double check. She says to me, TJ, help me here. I'm getting stuck here. I've got another good friend. She is out working for SADC. So she looks after all the countries in SADC, right? With good titles. But their financial future, their financial freedom, at the time when we started working together, it was nowhere close if the job had to stop today. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about how best you can be able to utilize what you've got, avoid these mistakes that I've just given you, and you can be able to do more. Many parents, they assume what they learned at varsity or in the workplace can carry them for life. That's not it. It's not true, my good friends. I want to say to you, property and money doesn't care about your CV. It doesn't. It can hit you one way or the other. My good teacher, John Maxwell, says that if you are through learning, then you are through. Right? Does that make sense? I'm hoping that it does make sense. Robert Kiyosaki says the most successful, I actually love this quote more, where Robert Kiyosaki says, the most successful people are lifelong learners. They never stop. At a point, people would say, hi TJ, what do you do for a living? And I'd say, I am a learner. Stay curious, my good friends, stay curious. Now, once I've given you all of these mistakes, it's unfair of me to just say, well, these are the mistakes. Let's talk about how we can fix them. Right? Are you ready? Hey, my good friend, I apologize that I had to break this hot conversation, but this is very important for us to have a conversation. You might be one of those parents who are beginning to figure out or trying to ask yourself the question, am I doing enough for my kids? Or am I doing enough for my retirement? Or is my job that I am doing, climbing the corporate ladder and making all the sacrifices that you're doing right now, is it giving you enough? And I meet lots of parents that are asking themselves these questions. And the real question is that, is this really it? Well, my good friends, you are not alone. Many parents reach a point where they ask the questions, could there be other options? Could there be a better way to secure my future? And above that, is there a possible dream or the dream of becoming financially freedom? Is it possible? Well, if you are asking yourself those questions, my good friends, you are at the right place. And the reason why I say you are at the right place is because I used to ask myself the same questions. I worked for all the banks that you can think of about here in South Africa. And I traveled throughout Africa and I traveled throughout South Africa, making the bank great. However, this gave me so many skills This gave me so many opportunities, and above that, I was able to take my kids to school. But here is the thing. I knew very well that this was not it. Whilst I was doing this, I started investing in real estate, as you all know, and you are here. And I started earning what is called alternative income. With that, I reached my financial goal 101, which was basically replacing my income. I did that at the age of 37. That was hallelujah. Achieving financial freedom and retiring at the age of 37. Then what? Then I started building my business, which is now giving me a greater return, and I now spend more time also teaching other people like you. With my years of investing in real estate in different strategies, from buying blocks of flats to student accommodation to doing flips, I then created a 3-part course that we do throughout the year. And we do this 3 times in a year over a weekend, and we call this the Making Money Masterclass. With my years of investing in real estate, from buying blocks of flats to student accommodation and doing flips, I then created a masterclass, which is an ongoing masterclass, and this happens 3 times in a year. My good friends, these weekends are generally packed with real strategies, real examples, and real guidance from myself and a few of the other powerhouse teachers that we also work with that have done the same thing, obviously gaining financial freedom. This isn't a get rich quick scheme. It's not. And I'm not trying to preach to you to say you can come into this class and then you become rich very quickly. No, it's about learning how to build a solid, smart income through real estate. This is not some get rich quick pitch or for you to think, you can leave your job tomorrow. No. This is not that. And this is not also about reckless investments and people just telling you, hey, you can go and do this. This is really about, my good friends, how to build a solid business, how to create smart income through real estate over a period of time. And if a guy like me can do it, I am sure you can be able to do it yourself. Now, if you are one of those people who are hardworking dads, or even you're a single mom, and you're thinking that you want to be able to give your kids more freedoms because you are available, and you can be able to create more choices, and you can leave a stronger foundations, then you belong into this room. We do this 3 times in a year, and it's just basically 3 weekends that you're setting yourself apart to come in and learn. And each learning, or each weekend, it has a different teacher. It has a different topic that we dive in. And if that is you, I want to invite you into that class for $997. It's not a lot of money. I'm sure you've spent more money in doing some stuff that you even regretted. But this time around, I'm saying for $997, you can change your game. You can start to do things differently, and potentially you can start to explore how real estate investments really works. And this can potentially be able to put you into a stepping stone towards your financial freedom. And my friend, this can create a peace of mind. And this is the life that you can design. It's not about us. We give you the work, we give you the guide, and together we can come in and we can do this. So my friends, your family deserves this. Your family deserves the best version of you. And this is out of all creating the freedom that we speak about. And you just thriving in your business, and above all, you being in control of your future. So I'm excited to see you at the next masterclass, and you can check out the link in terms of when is the next date. For $997, we'll see you in class. So let's go right from the top. And our first mistake that we did see was that we're thinking that the biggest mistake is we are thinking that the primary home is an investment. How do you fix that? Number one, in terms of fixing, start with income generating property. A buy to let, it has to give you money. Maybe a student accommodation. You guys know I'm quite big motivated and biased to student accommodation. Now, let's have a real life conversation here, right? Here at the TJ Tribe, we actually have a dedicated playlist. And within that playlist, there's many people that has come through at the TJ Tribe, and they started from wherever they were, and now they are creating an income for themselves. Those that were willing, we took some videos, we went to some of their properties, and they bought properties, whether it was a 2-bed, whether it was a 3-bed, whether it was a full house or a block of flats. They came through, and outside their primary home, these guys, they came through and then they went out. That playlist, my good friends, we're going to put it into the description, but basically it is here on the TJ Tribe, and it is called the TJ Tribe Hall of Fame. It is on our channel, so all you need to do is to go and check it out and see what all those guys have done outside their primary home. So primary home is not an investment. Maybe sometime it can become an investment, but for now, because it's taking money away from you, it is not. Mistake number 2, we labeled mistake number 2 as waiting for the perfect time. So what is the fix? Well, the fix is pretty obvious. Start. Here at the TJ Tribe, we always say, start small and start now. At the John Maxwell, I learned something that was profound, and they called that one learn a little bit and do a little bit. I really like that. I started borrowing it, so some of you know me in the classes, we talk about learn a little bit, do a little bit, and you're growing. So here at the TJ Tribe, we've always been saying, start small, learn fast, and then grow fast, right? Does that make sense? Start small, learn fast, then grow fast. You can't grow fast if you haven't learned. You are just going to create problems with you. Now, start now with the right education and support. I cannot stress that enough. Mistake number 3, let's jump on into it and explore how best can we fix it. Trying to DIY everything. That was the mistake that we spoke about. So how do we fix that? Now, here at the TJ Tribe, we've got a coaching program that we run for the year. And within this coaching program, you can come in and you can plug in. There's master classes that we run in there. There's group coachings that we run in there. I used to do this on a one-on-one, but I just don't have the capacity to do it. Between juggling, I'm also a parent. Between juggling my family, my business, I have my own business. Teaching is not my business. Teaching is to enable you, my good friends. That's why I'm always inviting you to say, come, and we can be able to teach you. So the fix here of trying to DIY everything is that connect, even if you don't come to the TJ Tribe, connect in a community somewhere where you can be able to get support and to learn as well. If you're not plugging in with us, do it at another school that does it much better. I don't think in South Africa there is someone else who's doing it much better compared to what we're doing, but that's for you to judge and for you to pick, and then invest in yourself, my good friends. Here at the TJ Tribe, my good friends, we do not only just teach. There is also the sourcing that happens. We find opportunities for others as well. That happens here. The education is immense. Amongst ourselves, we've started teaching ourselves. The accountability that you get here on the group coachings, it's amazing. But I'm not here to punt my coaching program. I'm just letting you that this is the direction that you need to take. Whilst I'm at it, the bonus number 4 mistake, which I said, I am qualified or I got a good job, I don't need to learn more. What else? This is how we can fix it, my good friends. Number 1, stay curious. Attend masterclasses, ask questions. I'm always saying to people at the YouTube university, hey, ask questions. We'll teach you everything here, right? If you ask questions, I'll do the video in a little bit later. Now, thereafter, you stay curious, you're attending masterclasses, you're asking the right questions. Learn how to manage debt. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to say that one again. learn how to manage debt, learn how to manage cash flow, learn how to manage a return on investments, learn how to manage tenants. You are in the business of real estate, and those are the things that you need to learn. Above that, join a community somewhere, of course, like the TJ tribe, that pushes you forward. If I am to land the plane, my good friends, I would say to you, my takeaway to all of this, you have already qualified to whatever, to make a good salary, to be a doctor, to do whatever qualification that you've got. Now it's time to qualify to build wealth. I hope this is all making sense, my good friends. As you can see, we have revamped the look of our background, as we have included some of the flags. That means a great deal to me. And we're running a competition until the end of October. As some of the prizes that we're going to be given, they are going to be enjoyed in the month of November. So within this competition, it's very simple. All you need to do is to comment at the bottom. And whenever you hear this talking, and you're going to answer the question. So the question that I'm going to be asking is, what do you think the 4 flags that I've put behind me, what do they mean? What do they mean to TJ? The first flag is the United Kingdom. The other one is the USA. The other one is for Zimbabwe and for South Africa. Obviously, we are broadcasting all the time, and we do deals from South Africa, and that's our place for home. But what do you think it is? And I've seen a lot of people just posting, TJ, they've been answering the obvious. Are you a Zimbabwean born? That's obvious. I wouldn't run a competition for that obvious thing. What do you think, right? Go a little bit deeper in your thinking. And we've got some prizes today. We are going to be sharing with you what is it that you're going to be winning. So prize number 1, which is a couple of them, you are going to be having, if you are obviously based in South Africa, you are going to be getting signed copies of one of my books. As you all know, I'm an author. Those are all my books right there that I've written. So you can get a personalized message inside, and you can get a copy. And all you are going to be doing is to pay for courier when you have one. And obviously, we'll give out a shout out here on the next video, which will be in the month of November. So that is prize number 1. Prize number 1, a couple of them, right? There might be 5, there might be 10. I don't know how many prizes. The more obviously you comment in there giving your thoughts, hey, the more we are going to give out those prizes between now and the end of October. Then we're going to have a second tier of prizes, right? That was our first tier of prizes. The second tier of prizes is that you all know we've got a masterclass here that runs 3 times in a year. I am going to be giving free pass, right? It's online, so you can join from wherever you are. For just commenting, my good friends, you will get a value of $997. So we'll give you a free pass for the next Making Money Masterclass, and that's coming up in the month of November, right? And also, on top of that, you are going to be getting a one-on-one 20-minute coaching call with me, and we'll give that once, only to one person. However, the free pass, we may just be able to give it to a number of people. Then the grand prize, the grand prize, my good friends, it is going to be announced at the end of October. So the more you comment, the more you share, the more you're going to be engaging on the videos, particularly on these flags, or even just answering a question. We are going to be able to give you what we call the Tribe Legacy Pack. Dun, 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 dun. So what is the Tribe Legacy Pack? The Tribe Legacy Pack, it comprises of 3 of my books. I will give that away, yes. And also, we've got a workbook here that we teach on. You are also going to be getting that one. You will also be able to attend only once of the master class. So you're getting a free pass to the November masterclass. And then on top of that, I will give you a personal one-on-one strategy call that I will give, and we will record that. And who knows, maybe it could help out somebody else out there. Now, my good friends, all of these prizes are up for grabs, right? They are ready to be won. All you need to do is to comment in the section, and you are answering the question, what do you think these flags means to me? But they may mean something else differently to you too. Hey, we want to hear about it. Or maybe it's just a comment. Whatever comment it is going to be, in the comments, let us know, and we are just going to pick up random people. And in any of these categories, we've got multiple of those giveaways, and we'll be able to give you. Remember, if we're going to deliver anything to you, the price of courier will be on you. So we'll let you know how best. Obviously, if you have won, we will let you know. Until we meet each other again, happy flagging and investing. Boom.